ppgcasper, also known as Caspr, is a rapper from New York who's become well recognised in the underground rap scene over the past couple of years, and he's someone whose music I really enjoy listening to. In this video I thought I'd do my best to delve into his story, covering topics like his early life and music career. Caspr was born in Jersey City, and after a while he moved to Brooklyn, New York.
I was born in Jersey City, and Jersey City sucks. It's a shithole. If you're from Jersey, facts, you know that. My car got stolen like twice, my house was always getting robbed, and then I moved to like New York.
Caspr has said in an interview with Office magazine that he always had a musical gene in the family, and that his father was a musician, with his dad building fundamentals into Caspr from a young age, so that he could be musically skilled in the future.
I mean, my dad's a musician, so just from him, I was like in like bands and stuff when I was younger. And then I kind of like quit music and thought I was going to be a pro skateboarder. I wasn't that good at skating though. I was like pretty bad at skating, so then I just went back to music.
From a young age, Caspr was playing instruments, but he wasn't making songs around that time. But aside from music, he also had a few other hobbies too, like skating and also paintballing, with Caspr even thinking of being a professional paintball player for a bit in his life.
I don't know, it was like mad fun, I guess, to grow up. Like, I was just like a skater kid, like just like skating with like the older kids and stuff, doing that, and like I was really into skateboarding.
Caspr at the time thought that he could do all of these interests professionally, but as he grew up, the one thing that remained constant in his life was music, and he said he really started to gravitate towards it, and in 8th grade he'd start recording his first songs which his friends thought were pretty good.
My dad's a musician too, type shit, and like as a little kid I was always making music, but like when I started really like making my own music was like 8th grade, and it was from like skateboarding. Like just I had like one friend wrote out a song for me, and like I like rapped it on I think he had Ableton or FL or something. It was like some like 90s rap stuff, and I liked it, and I like just started writing my own shit.
Although Caspr had started to record by this point, he said that he didn't realise he could take music seriously until a bit later in his life, with Caspr first acknowledging the fact that he could do this for real after going to one of his older friend's houses around the time Caspr was 16. Caspr's friend used to have a lot of people coming in and out of the house often, and after Caspr made a song, his friend would have him play it for everyone who came in the house for them to listen to. And all the people who heard his songs would tell him that he was actually pretty good at making music. And this is when it clicked for Caspr, and he thought maybe he should start taking this seriously. Whilst Caspr has now formed his own distinct sound, in the early stages of his career he said that he was just completely aping and copying other artists. For example, pretty early into his career he was really into Chief Keef and would make drill music for a little while, and one of his friends confronted him on this and pulled him aside at a party, and asked him why he was doing that style of music, and that as a human that's not who he is, and that who he is actually interesting, with his friend telling him to make music that really resonates with him and shows who he is, and that it would make his music a lot more interesting and authentic. This guy was clearly a true friend, and this moment definitely played an insane role in Caspr's career as an artist, as without this push and reality check from his friend, he'd probably not be making music true to himself. Caspr himself said that this was a big turning point for him, and late into his time in high school he stopped trying to copy other artists, and he started to figure out how to dissect the styles of other people, so that he could start to develop and form his own unique sound. And he began to focus on being himself and be authentic to who he is. Caspr's first rap name was ppg, but then he changed it to ppgcasper, with the ppg in the name coming from a group of friends he grew up with and started making music with called ppg. And the Caspr in his name came from what a lot of his friends would call him because he looked like a ghost.
I guess my name's ppgcasper because like where I grew up, there's like a group of kids that we started making music with, and like we're called ppg. I don't know, it's a secret meaning behind that name, and then Caspr just because what I look like, I kind of look like a ghost.
In terms of musical influences, Caspr has named The Cure, who he has said are his favourite band ever, with his favourite songs by The Cure being Just Like Heaven and Love Song, as well as other influences for Caspr being Young Thug, Future and The Smiths. And whilst these are clearly very different styles of artists both stylistically and musically, Caspr has said that he likes how both are really good at melodies and making their listeners feel happy or sad. Caspr was also a member of Surf Gang, but left in late 2021 due to having issues with some of the members of the group. In terms of his recording process, Caspr doesn't really write music down too much either, and freestyles his songs a lot of the time.
Lock in, like freestyle, I don't really write, you know, like I do and I don't. I just like write down the ideas that I freestyle. I guess I was in like 9th grade and like everybody was like, bro, like when you write music, like those songs are ass, like you're ass, like you're not good, but when you freestyle, like it sounds like you're doing something right. So it's like, just freestyle your songs, bro. And I was like, alright. I started freestyling and like it comes out more natural.
In his career, Caspr's dropped an insane amount of music too, and experiments with his sound a lot, meshing in a lot of different genres into his tracks, whilst also staying true to his sound and style. As of more recently though, Caspr's undergone a bit of a stylistic shift, which has been polarising in his fan base, with some people wanting his old sound back, and some liking the new sound. This change came around after Caspr got signed to Atlantic Records, with Caspr removing the PPG from his name and adopting a new sound. With Caspr speaking on this in an interview and saying that he didn't really listen to rap music until he was in high school, and that he was more into alternative music and would wear eyeliner in elementary school. He says that this sound is more like a true form of him. After being signed, Caspr also started to work with artists like Travis Barker, who DM'd Caspr on Instagram after hearing one of his songs and really liking it, and from here the two started to work together. But Caspr does also still drop music similar to his older style, and doesn't neglect this sound, and still drops some music under the name ppgcasper, making both sides of his fanbase happy and staying true to the vision he has for his sound. As of right now, Caspr has close to 50k followers on Instagram and almost 150k monthly listeners on Spotify, and these numbers are only going to go up with time as more people catch on to Caspr. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.